All right. Hello guys. My name is Luke Nally. Thank you for joining my workshop, and we're here to talk about changing career. It's very important, especially in this time during this pandemic. To many people have decided change is necessary, and we're going to talk about why change necessary. Why some people decided to change, and sometimes that change happen because of the economic and what's going on, and it's work could still be the same, but the reason why people go to work and why they decide to change their career. So change, it's not something that you have to like, you just decided to change, and it's happened just like that. So you have to be willing to fail in that new thing that you're going to try. Because as a scientist, when like in college, I major in biology and now into coding. That is completely different from what I study. But one thing that I realize in all STEM career, whether it's computer science, whether it's biology, whether it's psychology, one thing they all have in common is the base that you need when you changing career. Because when you're changing career, you have to have the ability to self motivate, and you need that when you go to college. You need that when you decided you're going to try something new. So what I find that all of them have in common, I'm not just talking for myself. I have um, I have joined other programs like with very successful people who already been in the workforce um, and work years and in something that they didn't really want to do and decided to go. So I have done survey. I have worked directly and one-on-one with many of people that have this experience. So what I find is that once you have this, once you major in a STEM major, it gave you the ability to listen like to yourself because you need that. Um, and another thing is that I realized that especially when you're young, you always wanted your parents to accept what you're doing. You want to be accepted by others. You want to feel like you're, because they might be the reason you're doing it. So you want approval. But it's sad to say that um, sometimes you have to break your parents' heart. You rather do it earlier than later. Because if you wait until you're 45 to do what you love because your parents didn't approve it, you will have a bad relationship. And I'm not saying this to say this. I'm saying this from reading expert books. Like like um I'm expert like Gary, Tony Robbins, like it's just it's rather you do it earlier than later, because what's gonna happen is that if you do it early, your parents will be disappointed. Yes, they will be mad. Yes, however, as time go by, they will accept you and they will understand you, and you will be surprised that sometimes, so most of the time, you have a better relationship with them instead of waiting when you were 40 to do that thing that you want. So stop waiting for their approval, your friend approval, your peer approval, peer pressure, especially when you're young. That that is something. we all have experience, especially when we're in your teen, 18, 19. We all have experienced peer pressure. So stop waiting for others' approval. So be you and expect to feel overwhelmed. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, go do what you want. It's gonna be fun. No, you're going to have time where you just wanna like, why am I doing this to myself? I want to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to just stop doing it. So um, that's when you have to take time to meditate. You need to go back to your why. Why am I doing this? What's the important? What's the outcome? You have to have a bigger reason than yourself. If you're just doing this for yourself, you're more likely to give up within a month. But you have to be doing it for others, because what a lot of us don't realize, as a young woman, or as a, whatever gender that you call yourself, what we don't realize is that we we need to have a bigger reason than just us, because if we're just doing it for us, at some point we're gonna say, oh, it's not worth it. I just feel like I'm wasting my time. But we're here to serve others, because think about it. You were born by someone. You spent 9 months in your mother's belly. You know what that show? You need someone. You don't need them forever. However, even after she gave birth to you, she still had to take care of you. So we need people. We're here to serve each other. Therefore, spend the time getting to know yourself. When you feel overwhelmed, spend the time, meditate. And there's different way of doing that. It's whether it's by reading, whether it's by taking 15 minutes a day. It's very important to reflect on what you're doing and listen to a calmful music and just calm your mind. Whether you do it that way or you take a walk, that too really help, because people think that coders or people that um data scientists or software engineers just sitting in a computer, that doesn't that really, it's not like that. You have to be able to give time for yourself, because yes, it's if you don't like challenge, then coding is not for you. So I that's the other things that change require self-care. That's the number one thing you have to realize that you need. Because if you don't have the health, the mind, the focus, you can read hundred of books, but you're never gonna make any step. You're never gonna take any step and take action, because knowledge is important, but what are you doing with that knowledge? Are you taking action? Are you serving someone with that knowledge? Are you benefiting from that knowledge? And to be honest with you guys, knowledge is the most number one thing every rich people have. It's not they didn't get rich about, we just um yeah, like, oh, we just work hard. You have to learn how to work smarter. Working smarter is about taking your knowledge and apply it, because a lot of us have a lot of knowledge. I'm telling you, from college, yeah, we do, like, no matter what field you went through, whether it's STEM or not, we do have knowledge, but we need to start applying those knowledge. And one way to do that could be changing your career and changing your lifestyle. um, and it takes persistence. And I know, like, I talk about all this wonderful thing, but it takes persistence. If you do that today, you do it tomorrow, and you stop the next day, you will fail. But let me tell you one thing that really can keep you going. You need the why. I know I put the why as number 5, but should be number 1. But persistent and the why are mixed together. You have to go back to why I'm doing this. And let me give you an example to bring you to the reason that I changed my career. So for me, the my why is that I realized that coronavirus um, open a lot of opportunity, and I'm not just doing this for myself. I decided to want to create a website where I tell my story. So I was like, why go to Wix and spend $100 when I can maybe learn this for myself, or um, Wix or all those other great websites. I'm not judging them, but I already have the mindset of a scientist. So why can't I persist that? And along persisting that, I can also, I think I can take that further. So not just having your why to be why you're doing this, but think about the how can you take it further, because that will keep you going, because if you really want that thing you want to build, you will keep going. So for me, that was my why. And I was like, I also have my younger sister that I have a year that I haven't seen. I was like, you don't really need to be with someone to actually influence them. So I was like, how about I start doing something that not only benefited me, but also benefited my family, and how can I help them help me? So I decided, you know, this is going to give me a really great boost and ability to actually be the leader that I am. So another thing, you need self motivation. That is really important. Like when I say important, if even if it's not changing your career, even it's for your job, you need self motivation, because your boss expected to hand you somewhere, and for you to do it the time they give it to you, like the amount of time they give you deadline. So if you don't have that, it's going to be hard, because I'm telling you, because I know in college, yes, we have friends. Sometimes we study, but work would be different. Yes, you may have team that you work with, and depend on the type of job that you do, but you have to do your part, and that requires self motivation and patience. Patience is it's unbelievable where patience can get you. Patience will get you what you need, what you want, and also it will get you peace. Trust me, sometimes you have to fight for your peace, and keep that when you find it. Peace does not come when you think you graduated college, and now that you can do what you want, your parents can tell you nothing. Mm-mm. Peace come when you start serving others, and you enjoy what you do, and you can go to your room and spend a lot of time with yourself and get to know what next, and wanting to do better. So you need patience. That's it, to find that, to find your passion. And honestly, finding your passion require you to go. Remember that child you forget, because as we get older, we think we know everything, or we're trying to find out everything, and we forget about curiosity. We get scared. Remember that child? You need to go back to that curiosity. So um, I need you to find that, because we scared of asking questions sometimes. I'm telling you, sometimes I've been thinking, I think this question is dumb. I don't think I want to ask that. And guess what? We don't. And it's because we get older. The older we get, we realize if we jump from a chair, we might break our feet. And but when we were younger, we didn't think about those. We think things were fun. We're just jumping around, we're playing. You need to get back to that child, because that's where your gift is. You will realize there was one thing as a child that you love doing, and you will find that, and you will find a way to put that into your mission. And that's where you need to go. And don't forget confidence, because we lose that as we get older. We start um we start feeling um you know what are they gonna say if I do this? What my friend is gonna say if we do this? And I can't understand why, because sometimes many of us have parents that cut our wings, you know, because they don't know how to love themselves, or they never given something that we have, and we in a different generation. Our parents have a big effect of us. We are a product of their, their life. So if you realize your parents are not the best people in your life, they are not your number one support, you need to start your base, you need to build your base, and you need to go back to your child to see what you love, and to do that, because you need to rebuild yourself. Therefore, you need self-confidence, and to do that, you need to spend a lot of time with yourself and feel like I got this, and start doing that thing again, because you're gonna be back to yourself. Trust me, it's not easy, um as it sounds, but you need persistence, because as you start doing it, you will feel good, because that's actually who you are. So do do that. And so that's why you need self confidence, because in anything that you do, when you stand up to your boss and presenting a data, or you giving a data story, you need to have confidence on what you're showing. If your graph is saying zero point 0.5 and you're saying zero point 0.4, your boss probably thinking like, and you start sweating, you're touching your nose, and you're looking around, you have all type of behavior that they will sense that. So be comfortable and practice. I mean, I practice presenting. This is not the first time I'm giving a workshop. Like, I practice. That's why I still record, because I always go back and look at myself. Judge yourself. Just me. Judge yourself. You need that. Take the time, judge yourself, look at it. I should have said that this way. I shouldn't say that this way. Maybe this way. Practice. And that would help you. So self-confidence is also important for a successful adjustment when it's come to change. And if you want to get to know me more, you can, again, I've dropped down the LinkedIn, other places. I mean, I'm all over the place, honestly. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the new stuff. Honestly, I like to be social. So um find me, and my name doesn't change, it stay the same. So you would find me once you go on social media. And I wanted to show you guys some of my work, um and that is very simple. So because want to change something, and if I want to add some more stuff in CSS, using CSS. So they also have practice just like Free Code Camp, and it's very interactive, and it make you think, and the, what you will get good at Python basically. Um, so that's a really place that I would say to go and like find what, because in Python you can do a lot of things, and basically you can just type in a specific thing, whether it's analyzing data, or maybe how I can build a website using Python, or how can how can I data analysis, or maybe build my own computer, or build my own whatever you want to do. Honestly, coding is can do it. Whether you want to build a website, or just a page, or start your own thing, that there's a lot of places for that. um oh yeah, there's code, um I forgot the place name. I should have the list, but there's plenty of place to practice coding. So I suggest you guys start look them up. And other thing is, not just for me, I find that changing my career from biology to um uh coding now, I like a software engineer, it was not really difficult, because at some point I took like genetic analysis, and that require coding. So it depends on the type of STEM major that you have. That's why I say there's a basic of once you're in the STEM um, major, you basically have the skill already for doing coding. So it's very um you just have to have those five things like the why, persistence, and self-confidence to actually go and do that. And to be honest with you, it take times. And another thing that I find that could be hard is you getting distraction from your friend, especially they home. They want to hang out, they want to I suggest you build a calendar, and when you like hang out with your friend, because like I said, I don't want you guys to be thinking here I sit here and just don't have like enjoy my life. Yes, I like you go out and stuff, but it's just a matter of prioritize what you want to do. So it's it's not a easy, and nothing is easy. If somebody is telling you like something like, oh, you just literally tap this screen and it's just knowledge, like that's be careful up there too, guys, because a lot of people will tell you like, or sell you stuff that is easy, like even if it's investing, you just click three button in your screen to buy a stock. You need knowledge. You need to know what you're buying, when to sell it, where, and why. So nothing is easy. It comes with practice. It's come to willingness. So for me to sit here and tell you like, oh, yes, just go ahead and like, yeah, coding and just no, you're gonna get bored if you don't like that type of stuff. You going to not you're going to hate yourself. So that's why I say go up there, take the time and go back to your child and see what you love and incorporate that into what you want to do today. And don't forget to when you grow, when you start growing, you're gonna lose friends, you're gonna disappoint a lot of people, you're gonna have to say no to some people, you're gonna have to give up some stuff, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. And that's not easy, because people gonna think that, oh yeah, she thinks she's all this now, or like she changed. People are gonna see that, they're gonna see you change, but know why you're changing. And your loved one, the one that meant to be in your life, will understand. And remember, you never lose people. Okay, you may burn bridges, you may have problems, be careful of how you burn your bridges, but you never lose friends. If they were meant to be your friend, they will be here. And hard times show who's really your friend. So go out there, code, change your career, whatever you're doing. It doesn't have to be coding. It could even be crafting. It could be hard. It could be singing. It could be dancing. Oh yes, I also dance too. By the way, I
Oh, wait.
I teach dance classes,
Look,
so
Natalie, sorry, quick question. We're kind of running over. If we want to, do you want to leave like, oh, just a solid minute for questions really fast?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it whatever it is, so just be patient with yourself. And yes, if you have any question, I'm waiting. Now I can give the minute for the question. Thank you for the timing. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
It was great. No.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. So if
Yes,
anyone has,
any question? Anybody have any question?
and you guys can like type it into the chat.
Or they can just unmute themselves and
Yeah.
ask it too. I guess no question.
Um, let's see. Final calls. Or it's 10:45. Well, thank you so much for presenting. I don't know, like, of course, like, I think that's such an important thing, especially in with the hackathon. It's challenging yourself, making yourself uncomfortable, and allowing that space for growth. So we really appreciate you for sharing that message, because your story was like really, really just engaging, and also like where I'm at, very relational. Like I was like, I'm feeling that right now, because I think all of us are going through that in some capacity, especially with the current situation. So thank you
Yes,
so much for
it's
that.
hard.
Mhm.
I can relate. Okay, if there's no question and no further, please share my email and stuff like that if they wanna further contact me and stuff like that. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you guys have a really wonderful day. This is good. By the way, I wanted to ask a question. If I wanna like attend it,